These canyon walls carry my tune. The only one to hear my song are the coyotes and the wolves. But if I drink enough of this flask, I can hear them sing your song too.
Hey, this is Robert here with the Bluff Creek Project. We hiked all the way up the canyon here to a place called Scorpion. It's pretty cool. And it was a tough hike, but we're also going to do some aerial reconnaissance while we're here. So Rowdy Kelley is here with me. Hey, Rowdy, say hi.
Hello from the Bluff Creek Project at the confluence of Bluff Creek and Scorpion. It's a new position for us. We've never been up here this far, and we've got a great sandbar to camp on that we did an earlier reconnaissance last year and saw it. But today we're actually at that site, and we're going to fly a drone from here and do some reconnaissance up Scorpion and then up Bluff Creek itself.
Yeah, and we also have Ian Carton here.
One of the original Bluff Creek Project members.
Yes, thank you very much, Robert. Yeah, it's been a great hike, a tough hike to get up here, but it's definitely worth it. And we have a perfect day here for flying or just general exploring. So.
Actually, the wind is picking up, so we should have got this up earlier.
Okay,
Robert, if you're ready,
I'm ready.
We're going to take off.
Okay, here we go. This is let you guys. This is all recording of a sound. So there we go.
All of us here. Everybody wave.
We're waving. Yeah. So, what brand is this drone, Rowdy?
This is a Mavic 1, or Mavic Pro 1. And I'm going to go ahead and look down, straight down, and we'll do... And watch out, it's going to go quick.
All right, here we go. There it is, gone. 6 straight up down. We're on this gravel sandbar, which can be seen pretty well with the drone footage earlier at the mouth of Scorpion. Rowdy ran this last year. He covered quite a distance. And so this year we were going to actually go to the center here at Scorpion and operate out of here for our operations.
My 400-foot maximum level, but I'm not worried about that because we're in canyon area.
Okay.
So.
That's pretty cool. What also Rowdy has here, he has his phone, which is attached to it. So when he's flying his drone, he also has recorded image and permanent recording.
It looks
so
at 526 feet.
We're looking at the whole site here. We got our camp tent set up.
So we're going to look up right there, Scorpion, over to the left.
Got it. And we're looking at beautiful trees. Just
there we go. There's
tops of trees.
Scorpion Valley right there. See that?
Yeah, that looks pretty much the same as it does from the road coming in.
These are cool shots. I know we've done this before, where we're basically by the car while Rowdy's flying his drone around, and we're looking at a screen. Now we're in the heart of pretty much Bluff Creek.
Let's go ahead and look down.
Watershed.
We're recording 2 minutes worth. There's a slide.
Yeah, exactly. Do we pass that on the way in?
No, I'm going up Scorpion right now.
So you're going up Scorpion.
Yep.
And we're looking at the footage here. And so I'm just looking at a phone with a wide screen, and it's pretty cool seeing this. I'm pretty sure Rowdy is going to make this available.
Why don't you grab that phone and so I can get control.
There we go. Yeah, so
just keep it tilted so it's
just like that.
Yeah, so we don't have a reflection. You want something black in the background so everybody can see it here.
Yeah. So it's so cool. Every time you actually have your pilot's license, right, Rowdy?
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
I do have an FAA Part 107. Well, it's a drone, but it's I'm concentrating here. Sorry.
Yeah. Well.
But we're flying it, and to me, Scorpion looks like a very serious, thick hike that I don't know how inviting that's going to be.
For today, at least we're
Yeah, it's definitely a thick hike.
But this is pretty much just our first exploratory expedition.
Yes, and
See what we need.
we definitely found a base camp. So let's turn. We'll go ahead and cut that. That was Scorpion. Let's go ahead and turn. And now, that is that creek that's across back here.
So
See that valley there?
Yeah, that's Short Creek. That one plugs in near where the road, you're right, on the way down to 12 and 13H.
Well, yeah, before 12 and 13H. There's that little valley. Now look at that wash over there to the right, up on the hill. You can hold it a little bit lower so everybody can see. There you go. Just tilt it back towards me more. There you go. See, now we're coming back over. You'll probably hear it.
Yeah, there's two. You can see the canyons there. The one on the right and the one on the left.
So there's Bluff Creek.
The main canyon.
Going downstream that way. And there's Bluff Creek going upstream. You'll hear it coming over us in just a second.
You can actually fly over towards the film site and see if those guys are up too.
You could, yeah. That might be behind this. We're in a canyon, so I can't fly too far away.
Right.
Now, when I'm up on a ridge and we have good view,
You can see
we can
it.
fly, like we did 2 miles away when we did the Roger and Bob's camp all the way to the film site,
Yeah.
which was a pretty popular video on our Facebook page.
And that drone shot you did over the Bluff Creek.
Actually, the Patterson Gimlin site was got picked up on a magazine. Yeah,
It did.
Westways magazine.
It's one of the major pictures on there.
It was my first professional paid drone picture gig.
And you also have it on Facebook.
Yes, yeah, that's our Facebook heading.
And it's also going to be the cover of the Bluff Creek Project book.
Right, and I'm not getting my map. So
you're going to get lost?
no, I got a fail-safe come home button.
Yeah, so usually a map pops up and lets you know where you are in the corner.
But you see the little bottom left hand there?
Yeah.
It kind of tells you which way home is. So
I see your little green thing. Is that your battery life?
Yeah, we're losing a little bit of signal here.
Oh, time to bring it back.
Let's look up this canyon, see what we can see. Yep, we need to come back. Let's walk out here.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let's turn around. See my little arrow back there? I can come back towards me. There we go. Now just fly.
So did you get reception back yet?
It's coming back, yes.
Whew. You lost a drone up here a few years ago, right?
Yeah,
Right above
actually
the film
in
site.
2015, I was the only one here on the 48th anniversary. I got greedy and tried to get one more shot with my Phantom 1, which was a line of sight drone. You couldn't see where you were shooting.
That's the white one, right?
The white one, and it got out of my eyesight, and I could not get it to come back home. And it hovered for a while. I jumped down and tried to find it, and eventually it died somewhere, I think within 200 yards of the film site.
Correct. And it's still missing in action as of today.
Well, the Pacific Northwest has a lot of undiscovered aircraft remains.
There's where we're at. You guys see
There it is.
we're up at,
There's my tent with the camo net over it.
yeah, up at 700 feet there.
Who are those guys standing there?
So you can see the curve right
Yes.
there. I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I'll take a still of this.
Because that's where Scorpion is on that one little corner there.
Yeah, right up that corner.
There it is.
It's right above us. You might be able to zoom in on it.
I'm trying, but okay, there it is.
There it is, yeah, right up there. So, which one am I?
And that's, you said 700 feet right now?
Yeah, 683 above us. And I'm flying above my prescribed 400 feet because we are in a canyon.
Yeah.
And the ridges next to us are much higher than we are. So it's not a worry.
We're legal.
Yeah, I'm not worried about being in the airspace that other planes will be in because they will be in 400 feet above the highest ridge around here.
Okay.
So I could feasibly go up 400 feet above the highest ridge and not have a problem. And so we always have a good signal.
Good.
That's looking up stream on the main fork.
So we're looking up on the canyons. There's some, you can tell they harvest some timber in clear cut areas around, but they left the bigger trees in the riparian corridors.
Correct.
Yeah, you can. So it helps you find it.
Okay, let's look up a little bit here, and we should be up close to the ridge lines. Yeah, there we are. Now there's Bluff Creek, Upper Bluff Creek. Now, there's a lot of hiking to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. You can see this from the air.
So that's a nice little valley right there.
Yeah, you can see all the different spur creek put-ins and where the trees are.
Let's look back towards Scorpion again. And it looks like they did not log in Scorpion.
It looks pretty good. So
It does. It looks...
Probably because it's too steep.
It probably is. And that's, to me, would be a refuge for animals that have not been affected by the logging. And you can see, what is that right there? Is that the
it looks white.
isn't that right above the film site when you look across?
So you're talking about that, it looks like a open, exposed slide area?
So Lonesome Ridge is right there.
So right now it looks like you're is that the elevation, 1288?
That's how high the bird is above us.
Okay.
As far as elevation, that doesn't. It'll actually give me in the, there we go. It'll give me that information in database. Yeah, that looks across, I think, when you're up above on 12 and 13. So look at there. Isn't that the road right there?
Yeah, that's a road cut there. There is a road that runs parallel to the film sites that we walked on that one time.
Well, the original 12 and 13H, dropped off back before. It shows it on Google Maps. It shows that it started back before you come to, when you're coming from Go Road to the 12 and 13H where it is now. There's a little road they decommissioned.
Yeah.
You can see some of it right there, actually.
So I remember rightly, I know there's one road that just above the film site that Ian, remember you and I and Stephen walked on it to try to get the Hendon 71 perspective, looking down towards the Peter Burns side and the M.K. Davis side.
Yeah,
you walked on that log.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one road. On the other side of the creek, there is another decommissioned road, and that may be where Daniel Perez's RV crashed years ago.
I saw a cardboard sign there, the Perez Memorial Road.
Yeah.
Where did that come from anyway?
I've heard all sorts of rumors.
I think we kind of set that in motion a few years ago.
It was interesting because it's in the book. I have a photograph of it in the book, and Perez has a copy of the book, so he's looking at it, and he hasn't said anything like, where'd you get that picture, or...
Well, we asked him, and he thought that was the road.
I'm having some
I can't remember
here. Oh, man. I don't like what's going on now.
Can you bring it down?
Yeah.
All right. We are at the bottom of this canyon, so if we keep it directly above us, then we have good communication with it.
Well, I'm not exactly above us right now.
Well, we're not above us right now.
Something's going. There we go.
So
we're pushing the limits of our drone here.
Yeah, I'd say bring it back because I don't want it 0-2 there, Rowdy.
I can always do the home button. I'm going towards our home, and then I'll start dropping down.
Okay.
Doesn't go up as fast, or doesn't come down as fast as it goes up.
That's pretty much this right there. There's those logs. I recognize that formation. Those white old fir logs.
Can't see the tents yet.
Not yet.
I can see yours, Barry.
Oh, there's the blue tent right there.
Okay, there's the dot.
I'll grab it from you. There you go.
Focus.
My hand was cramping. I had to pass the recorder over to Ian. So now the aircraft is coming down directly above us, and we can see the log formations on this open gravel bar. One of the very few large open gravel bars up this drainage. And there's Ian's blue tent. And there's a very attractive man standing in a red shirt. I wonder who that is.
I don't know how you can see him. His ego must be so big.
He's in there somewhere. I think we're in the shadow line. You can't even see us yet.
We're coming down.
But this is really cool. It's a different perspective to what we got here. And I think I'm hearing the engine. You guys hear that?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I can barely hear it. This is a pretty good mic. You should be able to hear it.
Oh, hummingbird. Nice.
What species of gray hummingbird with the...
I'm not into hummingbirds enough to know that.
4 quadcopter. All right, now I can see it. It's coming down. Does this sound like a struggling, or is that just normal?
No, it's just kind of the way it does when it comes down. It's not quite as smooth. Kind of drifting around. I had a little problem up there. I don't know why.
You think it's one of the rotors issues, or?
I fixed that, but I'm also got my You know what else? Sometimes there's extra interference from different, like there's a microwave tower shooting across. And you know, for this to really be a useful device as far as trying to find a creature or an individual, you need a bigger screen.
Yeah, like you really have a laptop normally.
Yeah, I have an iPad Pro, which gives a much better view. I don't even see it now. Oh, there it is.
I can hear it.
It's right there.
It has a sensor on, though. Instead of trimming the trees, it'll let you know, right?
It does.
Right before you trim the trees, or you
It
just
does.
end up
It
warning?
trims them pretty good. Let's get another picture of this film site, or this campsite here.
Okay.
This is a good little viewpoint there.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, though. By the way, my red shirt's on so you can find us. I mean, you never think of these perspectives. You're always on the ground, or you're on a hilltop looking down. But actually being able to have a craft that looks down at you and your terrain is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think we're getting low on battery enough that we can bring her down.
Here it is, hear the engine. It's checking us out.
Take one more picture. Ready, everybody smile. Where's Chloe? Oh, there she is. She's laying down. And that's what it tells you when it wants to land.
Yeah, that's the sound you don't want to hear when you're on an aircraft. There he goes. Now Rowdy's attempting to land it on a blue pad, and he is looking pretty good. This would be a nice shot if you can pull it off. Oh, I'd say
close enough.
I'd say,
I mean, that's the smallest landing pad I've ever had.
yeah, I'd say that most of the craft is on that pad, and the rotors didn't hit the rocks, so that's pretty awesome.
There you go. There was a Mavic Pro flight from Scorpion and Bluff Creek Confluence.
That was great. Thank you so much for doing that for us. So, one of the strong points of Rowdy, he's got several, but one of them is being able to fly the drone. He was working on it. He did it before he got his license. He got his license, and he's also been doing that for some shoots too, commercial shoots.
Yeah, and the only reason to get a license if you're going to officially make money being a drone pilot. Otherwise, you do not have to have a license. But you still need to know the rules of flying a drone. And out here, we're way out in the woods. The biggest thing to worry about out here is just losing your drone.
Which deja vu.
Before. Yes.
Yes, and by the way, if you're ever up in the Bluff Creek area and you see a white quadcopter, it's got a nice GoPro on the front, and it has footage taken back when that maiden voyage when Rowdy was flying it around that day.
Actually, $40 reward for it.
Oh, a $40 reward for it, although the camera is probably worth it's an older camera. It normally retails up to $400. The craft was a retail up to $700.
I think it's a GoPro 2. No, I think it's actually a GoPro 3 on there.
GoPro 3, same as the one I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still in its waterproof case, so the camera will probably be okay. The drone itself, after 5 years of being exposed, is probably shot.
Yeah.
Even though that drone actually has dropped into 2 different freshwater bodies.
I remember off the Van Dusen, one of them.
Off the Van, actually it was on the Mad River.
Okay, and
then we were at Twin Lakes. Remember when it dumped into the Twin Lake?
Yes.
It just went blop, and I walked out and got it. And both times, I just pulled the drone apart, took the batteries out. Both days were super dry. We were in dry areas, and it dried completely out, and it was just fine.
So, being honest here, isn't this drone number 3?
Drone number 3, yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah. Was that a month ago? You had a little.
Yeah, a month ago, I had a mishap with my other drone in a boat. It was a hurried up shoot, an official shoot for some Humboldt County visitors. Tourism videos, and we were on a small boat, and when a drone takes off, it stays in the exact same spot, and the boat was still drifting when I took off. We couldn't quite tell it was drifting, but it started to go towards the pilot of the boat in the rear, and so I immediately tried to ground it, and it wrapped around him and went right into Humboldt Bay. And once it goes into seawater, it's worthless. So that did not get retrieved. I lost a little bit of footage on there, that I had not downloaded, but other than that, it was just a lost drone.
Rowdy, thank you for sharing that with us, and thanks for flying by. All right, thank you guys.